Lesson 4, setting goals. Welcome back. There was a time when I was creating award-winning work, but was still unable to pay my bills. I was excellent at my craft, but the work wasn't rolling in. It was a struggle to make ends meet. About that time, I decided to learn what I needed to do to be financially secure and be able to wake up every day and enjoy my craft as a photographer. I knew I had to break out of my routine of what I had always done and learn new skills and new ways of doing things. You know the old adage, if you want to keep getting what you've always gotten, keep doing what you've always done. And if you want to break out of that pattern, you need to do things differently. First things first, my mom used to always tell me, when you're trying to accomplish something significant, the first thing you need to do is to set your goals. How do you know when you arrive if you don't know where you're going? If someone told you to drive from one point to another and they gave you an outdated map with coffee stains and scribbling on it, wouldn't it be difficult to reach your destination? If you have the latest navigation system with all the current updates, wouldn't it be a lot easier to successfully go from point A to point B? Setting goals will enable you to clearly see the direction and destination that you're striving for. Goal setting is the key to accomplishing great things. If you just read and follow the information in this chapter, you would not believe the impact that will have on your business and your life. The first thing that you must do is determine your values. Value-driven goals are goals that have meaning and will have a long-term impact on your life. Evaluate what is really important to you. Who are you? What drives you? What do you really want out of life? Out of your business? Is it money, fame, time alone, time with family, time to create your art? By clearly realizing your values, you can begin working on your goals. Determine your values, write them down, and review them periodically. Use your values as your compass in deciding what your goals should be. This is what I mean by values-driven goals. Let's talk about goals. If you don't have goals of your own, you will continually be accomplishing the goals of somebody else. What is a goal? A goal has 4 components. If one of these components is missing, then it's not a goal, it's just a wish. A goal is something that is specific, measurable, written, and time-bound. Before I tackle determining what my short-term and long-term goals are, I do an exercise that has really helped achieve incredible things. I go somewhere where there are no distractions, a place where I have solitude and quiet. Then I didn't scour my mind and think of all the things I'd like to have with no limitations. Ask yourself this question: what would I dream to do if I knew I could not fail? This is my dream list. I write down everything I can think of, no matter how unbelievable, crazy, funny, or ridiculous. You will learn a lot about yourself by doing this. By going through this exercise, you may discover things that even you didn't know about yourself. Once you have your dream list, tuck it away and review it once a year. At that time, you can add to it, delete things that don't matter anymore, or more importantly, you may see something on your list that at one time was only a dream, and now you've realized it. How exciting is that? Accomplishing a goal that was at one time only a dream. Are you getting excited? I am. I write my goals in a spiral notebook and date each entry. When I look back on past books, I can't believe what I've accomplished in the previous years. Oftentimes I can't believe that I've even set a particular goal because of how easily I could accomplish that goal today. This is called growing through goals. When you write your goals 5 days a week, they become part of you, and you keep them in the forefront of your mind. If you did nothing else other than write your goals 5 days a week, your success would be all but guaranteed. By having your goals embedded in your mind, your body would have no choice but to take steps to accomplish them. I know this sounds kind of funny, but it's true. It all starts with our minds, what we can conceive and believe we can achieve. When setting goals, like establishing my values, I like to break them into 4 categories: faith, fitness, family, and financial. Your categories and order may be different depending on your values and objectives. Don't be afraid to write down your goals, even if you're unsure as to what they really are or what you want to accomplish. You need to take that first step and get some momentum, so go ahead and start writing. You can always change them as you more clearly define what it is you want to accomplish. Remember that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, achieving your financial goals. All successful people know how much they plan on earning each year. You should know your yearly financial goals. By taking your current average sale of each session, you should know how many sessions each day and each month you need to complete to reach your yearly financial goals. Let's break this down more clearly. Let's say that your average sale is $600 and your yearly goal is $150,000. By taking $600 and dividing that into $150,000, your yearly income goal comes to completing 250 sessions per year. There are 260 working days in a year. If you subtract 10 working days for vacation, there are 250 working days in a year to accomplish your goal. If you notice, I have not counted for weekends, because on weekends you should be with your family. If you focus on your goals, you'll be able to do this. By knowing that there are 250 working days in the year, you will know that you need to do one session a day that will average $600 to reach your goal. By breaking it down into simple terms, you can get a better picture of what you need to do to reach your goal. By a yard is hard, but by the inch, it's a cinch. You may be thinking that $150,000 is much higher than you think you can earn this year. Then you need to adjust that number to be more in line with what you believe you can accomplish. If you think that $150,000 is way too low and you're already earning that much, then you need to increase your daily earnings to accomplish your loftier goal. The important thing is that now you have an idea of what you need to do to accomplish each day to reach your goal. Now you have a roadmap that can take you there. It's important that you look at your progress on a monthly basis to see how you're doing. If you're on track, great, keep it going. If you're behind, think of what you need to do to kick it up a notch. If you're way ahead of your goal, then you need to ratchet up your yearly goal. Please remember this: if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. I learned this a long time ago, and it's very true. How can you manage something that you can't measure or can't see? You can see written goals. You may be thinking, what happens when I set a goal and when the time rolls around that it should have been accomplished and it's not? This has happened to me quite a few times. I just tell myself that I'm on track, I just goofed up on the date of the goal, and I just need to push that date a little further into the future and keep on trucking. Don't let little details like that get in your way. I don't know how many times I missed the deadline of completing my dream studio. When I passed the date of completion, I just moved it forward, and then I set my sights on the new day. If the goal is important to you in the first place, you're not going to let a little detail like exceeding the initial date derail you from achieving your goal. No. You reset the date, you move on. Have you ever heard of the story of Thomas Edison when he was inventing the light bulb? He tried over 5,000 ways to create a different filament that wouldn't burn out. Each time it didn't work, he didn't look at it as a failure. He looked at it as a success of knowing what does not work. Keep trying. Don't give up. The key to happiness is the constant realization of worthwhile goals. Once you know how you're doing, then you can take action and manage the result of your effort. Remember, right now we're talking about your photography and income goals. You can set goals for every aspect of your life, not just for the business side. This completes Lesson 4. Let's move on to Lesson 5. Remember, you can accomplish anything you desire if you find the right guide to get you there. You can do it. Live life with enthusiasm and be proactive. This is Stephen LeBlanc, LeBlanc Studios, signing off. See you next lesson.